In the press box. Yeah. Yeah, I know that one. Okay, that's nice. I am. I I now integrate new friends. Yeah, I am.
Welcome to the 130th Commencement of the University of Idaho. Now entering are the faculty. A long tradition at the university is for the faculty to form two columns that the graduation candidates will pass through. Good. The College of Graduate Studies. Celebrating 100 years this year, the College of Graduate Studies leads universities' graduate-level research, academic programs, and creative activities. Its contribution helped capture the university's prestigious Carnegie I classification, recognizing the highest tier of national research. The college strives to enhance assistantships, scholarships, and professional development for over 2,000 graduate students at 5 campuses and online globally. Dr. Jerry McMurtry is the Dean, and the College of Graduate Studies includes 690 faculty members. Carson John Silsby from Albany, Oregon, is the College of Graduate Studies featured graduate. The College of Engineering. Founded in 1907, the College of Engineering has established a reputation for excellence in teaching, research, and outreach. Dr. Susie Long serves as the Dean of the College of Engineering. Lydia Beardsley from Caldwell is the college's featured graduate. She is earning her degree in mechanical engineering and plans to pursue a PhD focused on addressing the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. The College of Business and Economics. Founded in 1925, the College of Business and Economics provides students real-world business experience through a hands-on approach. They engage in marketing, consulting, trading securities, launching their own ventures, and more to equip them with the skills needed to make a meaningful impact in their careers and communities from day one. Dr. Lisa Viktorovich serves as Dean of the College of Business and Economics. Carter Bailey from Wallace is the college's featured graduate. An exceptional leader and scholar, Carter also served his community as a president of the Grau Scholars, as a teaching assistant, and as a mentor for the Smartisms business simulation, and a tutor for more than 300 students in Business 190. Carter graduates with honors and was a starter on the Big Sky champion U of I esports team. The College of Natural Resources. Founded in 1917, the College of Natural Resources at the University of Idaho is one of the top natural resource programs in the country. Our students learn in some of the most spectacular outdoor classrooms in the world, the forests, rivers, ranges, and wilderness of Idaho. Dr. Dennis Becker serves as Dean of the College of Natural Resources. Riley Robenstein is the college's featured graduate. She earned the 2025 Outstanding Wildlife Senior Award, U of I Alumni Award of Excellence, and the 2024 Undergraduate Scholarship from the Idaho chapter of the Wildlife Society. She created the Paradise Audubon Campus chapter and served as chapter vice president. Riley's future plans include graduate school working with birds, specifically lesser yellowlegs and their roosting habitat. The College of Agricultural and Life Sciences. Founded in 1901, the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences is leading the way in finding solutions to the world's most critical challenges. Every day, faculty, students, and staff in CALS provide real-life solutions that advance the health and welfare of people, animals, and the environment. Dr. Michael Perella is the Dean of the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences. Katie Hebdon from Nampa is the college's featured graduate. She is earning degrees in animal and veterinary science and agricultural economics today. Katie was a CALS ambassador and the 2025 Institute for Health in the Human Ecosystem grant winner. She was an active member of the Sigma Alpha professional sorority for 4 years, participated in several internships, and is graduating with honors. She will begin a graduate research assistantship at Michigan State University in ruminant nutrition and lactational biology in the fall, with plans to return to Idaho, pursue a career as a consulting dairy nutritionist. The College of Science. Founded in 2002, the College of Science engages in cutting-edge research that matters to Idahoans. Students earn degrees by participating in hands-on research opportunities. The College of Science supports research programs in the areas of evolution, data science, synthetic and organic chemistry, geographic information sciences, earth science, global climate change, nanoscience, planetary science, and bioinformatics. Dr. Ginger Carney serves as Dean of the College of Science. Connor Timothy O'Neill from Meridian is the featured graduate. He is earning his degree in physics today and was recognized because of his excellent academic performance, impactful research, and exceptional leadership. Connor is graduating with honors, and he conducted research on Saturn's moon Titan, contributing as second author on a paper using Cassini spacecraft data. He revitalized the Society of Physics students as president, led campus observatory outreach, and served as a section leader in the Vandal Marching Band. Connor's future plans include graduate studies in planetary science or astrophysics. His goal is to contribute to future space missions and deepen our understanding of planetary atmospheres, moons, and exoplanetary systems. Please rise for the entrance of the platform party. Michael Perella, Lisa Viktorovich, Susie Long, Dennis Becker, Grant Harley, Jerry McMurtry, Blaine Eccles, Martha Smith, Ben McLuhan, Lindsay Brown, Diane Kelly Riley, Ken Udis, Yolanda Bisbee, Andy Fields, Chandra Ford, Sean Keogh, Jason Ackerman, John Gaffney, Keith Peterman, Dale Bosworth, Tim Arnold, Linda Koppel-Trout, Lyudmila Baranik, Hamdi Ulukaya, Tori Lawrence, Kristen Haltener, and C. Scott Green, the 19th President of the University of Idaho. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the presentation of the colors by the Joint Color Guard, followed by the performance of our national anthem by Katie Steelmeyer and the University Wind Ensemble. Please remove your hats unless you are in uniform or academic regalia.
stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please welcome the chair of the University of Idaho Faculty Senate, Kristen Haltener.
Please be seated. Good morning. It is my honor to welcome you to the University of Idaho's 2025 Spring Commencement. On behalf of my colleagues, I want to thank you for allowing us to be part of your educational journey. It has been an honor to teach, mentor, and learn with many of you. We look forward to watching you apply what you've learned to improve the world. Be brave, be bold, be kind, be your best. Please join me in welcoming the 19th President of the University of Idaho, C. Scott Green.
Thank you, Professor Haltener, for opening our ceremony and for your service as Chair of Faculty Senate. Students, parents, families, deans, faculty, and honored guests, welcome to the University of Idaho, our state's flagship land-grant institution. Our history is important, and I want to begin by acknowledging that our U of I campus and statewide centers reside on the ancestral homelands of 5 federally recognized nations: the Coeur d'Alene Tribe, Kootenai Tribe of Idaho, the Nez Perce Tribe, the Shoshone-Bannock Tribe of the Fort Hall Reservation, and the Shoshone-Paiute Tribes of the Duck Valley Indian Reservation. We strive to foster collaboration, mutual understanding, and learning that supports tribal priorities in education, economic development, and research. Seated directly behind me and on the floor are representative members of the University of Idaho's leadership. Will the platform party and other members of the university leadership joining from the audience please rise and remain standing. Our leadership team has demonstrated its commitment and dedication to the students of this great institution. Commencement is one of our favorite days of the year, and on behalf of the university's leadership team, we're excited to celebrate this accomplishment with you today. Please be seated. I'd like to recognize one of our leaders who has dedicated many years to the University of Idaho and leaves it much better than when he arrived. Michael, can I ask you to stand? Thank you. Michael Perella has led our College of Agriculture and Life Sciences as Dean since 2016. Today is his final commencement ceremony before he retires next month. Cal's has excelled under Dean Perella's leadership, and he's helped the University of Idaho reach new heights. We wish you all the best in retirement and thank you for your tireless dedication and advocacy on behalf of the University of Idaho. This is the 130th commencement year for the University of Idaho. More than 132,000 students have earned more than 141,000 degrees since the first graduates walked across our stage in 1896. That tradition continues today. More than 2,200 graduates are joining the ranks of Vandal alumni this spring. At the University of Idaho, education illuminates and elevates not just students, but also communities across our state and around the world. This is especially true for our first-generation students. If you are the first in your family to earn a college degree, please stand and remain standing. I see a couple of you had to think about that, but please remain standing. As a first-generation student and now first-gen college graduate, you've navigated significant challenges, and you are great examples and guiding lights for your families and communities. Congratulations to you and your loved ones. Please be seated. Thank you. The Vandal family is filled with trailblazers and pioneers, and we take challenges head on and aren't afraid to explore uncharted territory. I'd like to take a few moments to highlight some of the examples of your lineage as University of Idaho graduates. Our campus is dotted with reminders of our rich military tradition, from the bronze soldier statue on the administration lawn to War Memorial Gym. Our alumni roster is filled with military heroes as well. U of I graduate General James Amos from Wendell, Idaho, served in the Marine Corps for 42 years, rising to the top rank of commandant. Amos focused on working with other military branches and international allies, and he helped modernize the Marine Corps to meet evolving global threats. Lieutenant General Eric Peterson from Boise was commissioned from our own Crispin Battalion and rose through the Army ranks to become Director of Force Development for the U.S. Army, and then served as Deputy Chief of Staff for the G8 in the Pentagon. U.S. Navy veteran Jim McClure from Payette earned his law degree at the U of I before serving 3 terms representing Idaho in the United States Senate. And McClure's legacy lives on at the U of I through the McClure Center for Public Policy Research, along with his family's generous support of the Lionel Hampton Jazz Festival. Sharon Allen grew up in tiny Kimberly, Idaho, with plans to be a teacher. But her roommate at the University of Idaho convinced her to take an accounting class, which sparked a passion that led her to a prolific career. In 2003, Allen became the first woman to serve as chairman at Deloitte, the largest professional service network in the world. She now serves on the board of directors for several prominent organizations, including the Bank of America, the John F. Kennedy School of Government at Harvard, and the National Board of the YMCA. University of Idaho alum Frank Schrantz from Boise worked nearly 30 years at Boeing before taking the reins of that company and leading it to new heights. As CEO, he was known for his humility and calm demeanor, as well as his innovation. Schrantz led Boeing through a growth market, a recession, and the restructuring that led to the creation of the 777, one of the most successful commercial planes ever put into service. And good friend and Vandal alum Tom Mueller, who grew up in St. Mary's, Idaho, is on the cutting edge of space exploration. He was the second employee at SpaceX and designed the Merlin engines that powers the Falcon rocket. Mueller continues to innovate and explore new frontiers in space transportation with his company Impulse, and they are quickly becoming one of the space transportation leaders, and they have plans to soon ferry payloads to Mars. In addition to soaring to great heights, Vandals also excel on the ground. If you're from the Treasure Valley, you likely know the name Kristen Armstrong. She earned her bachelor's degree in exercise science at the U of I before becoming the most decorated U.S. women's cyclist in history. Armstrong won 3 straight gold medals, Olympic gold medals, 2 world championships, and 6 U.S. championships. We're proud to name the bike path through our campus in Armstrong's honor. And on the football field, NFL Hall of Famer Jerry Kramer from Sandpoint, Idaho, started for the Vandals before becoming a Green Bay Packers legend. One of Kramer's teammates at Idaho was Boise High grad Wayne Walker, who went on to play 15 years and a franchise record 200 games for Kramer's rival, the Detroit Lions. Few schools recruited Mark Schlereth out of high school in Anchorage, Alaska, but he became a Vandal legend as an offensive lineman on some of the best Idaho teams ever, and while enduring 29 surgeries as a professional, Schlereth won 3 Super Bowls. I have no doubt there are many Vandals wearing regalia here today who will be remembered as leaders, trailblazers, innovators, and champions. In fact, you can already lay claim to the fact that you are the first graduates from the University of Idaho under our new Carnegie R1 research designation. Progress often requires patience and perseverance, and our journey to R1 was no different. The University of Idaho has been our state's research leader for well over a century, but just this year we joined the top 4% of research universities in the country in the highest tier of research universities. You helped us get here with your commitment, perseverance, teamwork, factors that will serve you well as you embark upon your careers, and it will also help the generations to come by providing access to research experiences that make a U of I education unique. As graduates, I encourage you to be curious, continue to learn, and continue to collaborate in ways that uplift others. Just for emphasis. As you blaze new trails, lean on the Vandal Network to help you chart your path. You may face setbacks, but the grit and determination that led you to this graduation stage have always prepared you for the challenges ahead. Congratulations, and go Vandals! As I look out over these graduates, I know none of you accomplished this goal on your own. You were supported by friends and family, people you care about, and people who care deeply for you. Graduates, stand and take a moment to express your appreciation to those in the audience who supported you along this journey. Please stand. All right, I think this section got it. Please be seated. It's a privilege to have one of our University of Idaho regents here today to help us celebrate our graduates. Sean Keogh is a member of the State Board of Education and a University of Idaho regent. She's a former executive director of the Associated Logging Contractors, an organization of Idaho-based independent logging and wood hauling contractors. She served as an Idaho State Senator for 18 years before retiring in 2018. Regent Keogh, will you please bring greetings to our graduates?
Thank you. As you know, Idaho State Board of Education is the governing body for all public K-12 and higher education institutions in the state of Idaho. On behalf of the members of the Idaho State Board of Education, I bring greetings to you, the graduates, and to families and friends. We are proud of your achievements. You have worked very hard, and today you graduate from Idaho's land-grant institution. I and my fellow State Board members wish you the very best for your future. Congratulations, and go Vandals.
Thank you, Regent Keogh, for being with us today and for your service to the university and the state of Idaho. It's an honor to introduce today's commencement speaker. Hamdi Lukayo, he was raised in a dairy farming family in a small village in eastern Turkey, and after moving to the United States, he co-founded Chobani in 2005 with a mission and vision of making high-quality food more accessible. 5 years after selling the first cup of yogurt, Chobani was a billion-dollar brand and today is the #1 selling yogurt brand in the U.S. Ulukaya built Chobani on the foundation that it would do well by doing good. And known for his employee-first policies, Ulukaya implemented innovative profit-sharing and paid parental leave programs for Chobani's almost 4,000 employees globally, and competitive hourly wage increases well above the federal rate. For his numerous efforts to support refugees, Ulukaya was named an eminent advocate by the United Nations Refugee Agency. He also received the UN Foundation Global Leadership Award and was named one of Time's 100 most influential people in the world for his work on the refugee crisis and his innovative approach to business. At the University of Idaho, we're grateful for the Chobani Scholars Program, which supports students from the Magic Valley who intend to pursue a degree related to agriculture or agricultural engineering. The program provides each student $20,000 in support over 4 years, along with peer mentoring and advising. Please join me in welcoming our 2025 Spring Commencement speaker, Hamde Ulukaya.
President Green, thank you, sir. I have to say, I've been lucky to be in front of a lot of leadership, but this university has one of the finest leadership I've ever seen. Thank you for your leadership, sir. Thank you for inviting me here. I'm so honored to be here. And members of the board, faculty and staff, family and friends, and most of all, to the graduates. If I'm not the first one to say it, with my accent, let me be the loudest to say it. Congratulations, class of 2025. And another amazing day is Mother's Day as well. And as the Mother's Day's gift go, I don't know if you can beat this one. This is tough to beat. But graduates, before we go any further, let's stand, please, if you're able, to show your moms what they mean to you. Will you please do that? I am so honored to be your graduation speaker today. As President said, I was raised along the Euphrates River on the mountainside of eastern Turkey. I'm a son of a shepherd, a nomad, raising sheep and goat, farming. As President Green said, I'm a long way from home where I grew up today. And I have to confess that it might be a surprise. 14 years ago, I didn't know what Idaho was and where it was, or who it was. I had no idea. But today, I have a home here. I have a business here. I have more than 1,000 employees who are my brothers and sisters here. I have found the stunning beauty of this place, of the high desert, the waters, the mountains, the sun, and the wind is second to none. But here's what I have learned. The beauty of the people here is greater than anything else. Your kindness, your dignity, and your human spirit, I get inspired every day by it. I know that the University of Idaho graduates aren't just the best that Idaho has to offer, you are some of the best that America has to offer. Graduates, I hope you feel very proud today. You got your 9 a.m. classes, at least most of them, right? You read the books, at least some of them. You passed the exams, you finished the papers, you survived the group projects, and now you're graduating into a world that is moving faster than ever before. If you read the headlines or scroll TikToks, you probably heard that some people have special phrase to describe this moment in time. They say we are living in an age of anxiety. I mean, all kinds of stuff is serving to this phase between economic uncertainty, the political landscape, historic floods, nonstop global conflicts, sometimes eggs costing more than chicken. It's a pretty weird moment to join the workforce. But among all noises, one thing we should pay attention to that is driving anxiety a little bit further. That is artificial intelligence. Now, since Chobani is all natural all the time, I don't have much practice talking about anything artificial. But we are told by the experts that AI is coming for our jobs. That they say what you studied here might be extinct in a few years. That within a decade, AI might even replace doctors and teachers. I personally hope that he will never learn how to make yogurt. But here's the thing. This is not the first time people are fearful of the unknown and wondering how the heck they will get through it. In fact, almost every generation in the past 2,000 so years had some technology came along that convinced them the world was coming to an end. Like when electricity was invented, people feared that it would kill them in their sleep. When telephone arrived, people said it would destroy face-to-face communication. When radios came along, people said it was going to end up reading books. And when personal computers landed, people said they would take all the job and replace us. Believe it or not, there were even people, some serious people, 2,000 years ago, Socrates, more than 2,000 years ago, who worried that paper itself was a dangerous invention because when people started to write things down, it would lead to barbarism and moral decay. Just imagine what Socrates would have thought about Snapchat today. Every generation meets something new with a little bit of panic. But the best way to greet isn't with fear, it's with curiosity. I love this line from my favorite poet, Rumi, who lived in today's Turkey, when he says, when you start walking the way appears. Meaning it's okay to not to know. It's okay to be fearful. Don't let it paralyze you. Instead, use it as a motivation to take an action. And even sometimes the best plan is no plan. Just a willingness to keep moving forward. I say it because I've seen this firsthand at Chobani and my journey. When I started the company, and that old factory, everyone thought I was crazy. I knew nothing about business. I had never run a factory. I had no clue about what I was doing. When I found this old factory in upstate New York, and I trusted the people, that community, by our 5th year, we were growing so fast, we had to build a second yogurt factory. And at that time, Idaho was not in anybody's radar. People said it was too small, too rural, but I didn't care about any of that. I just wanted to go to a place where I could feel the heart of the community. where our company could make a difference. So I flew up to Twin Falls. One of the first people I met was Governor Butch, who had a big hat. That's the biggest hat I've ever seen in my life. And he held out his hand, and he said to me, hello, in Turkish. I thought, this is going to be all right. And I went to see some dairy farmers. We broke bread, we spent some time. And they said, we're not the biggest state, but we got the biggest heart. And if you pick Idaho, you won't be sorry you did it. We shook hands. I went back home, and I don't need to see any numbers, I said. I want to build it in Idaho with those people. And that's exactly what we did. And we didn't just build any old yogurt factory. We built the biggest factory in the world. 14 years later, Chobani is the most popular yogurt in America today. And the same local farmers who I met the first day, now we are selling billions of pounds of milk a year. And today, Chobani is not just a company that makes yogurt. We are a company built on a radical idea that business can be a force to good. And it's not my idea, it's the idea that belongs to everyone in this land. That food can bring people together. And the business can be about more than profit. The company still matters. And we made it happen. The reason I say that is because, not because it had all the answers. Gives you an example that we were not afraid to ask better questions. And we kept trying until we succeeded. This tells me a little bit example that I was talking about. Here's the specialness about this moment that you're stepping into. It is not just the age of anxiety. It is the age of unbelievable possibility. Because the same experts also say we are entering a time when AI could help us solve diseases. This technology advancing can be a chance for humanity that has been around for a long, long time to solve. They could unlock answers in physics, in climate science, in education. It can distribute knowledge that once stuck in ivory towers that make it accessible to everyone. So a kid in a rural area of Idaho or a mountainside in Turkey can learn from the best minds on earth. That is not a science fiction. It is right now. For 5,000 years, we humans have dreamed of working miracles. And now we are on the verge of breakthroughs that can help us do all of that and more. But in my view, graduates, here's the catch. It is not what, it is the how. All of that is just a tool, a powerful, extraordinary tool. But like all tools, what matters most is the hand that swings it. It's the heart that guides it. Because AI can generate a poem, but it can never feel the heartbreak. It can design a product, but it can't feel the purpose. It can answer a question, but it can never replace a hug from a friend, or a laugh you shared during these final weeks, or the pride your parents feel right now as they look at you. The truth is, the most powerful technology in the world is still the human soul, which is deeper, more resilient than any machine will ever be. So, when I think about AI and all the things happening in the world, from the climate change to conflicts, tuitions and all that kind of stuff, there are two things that I would say. One, I am glad I'm not you. Yes, sir, no. But more importantly, too, I am so glad you are you. Because I'm so glad. Because you are the strongest, most resilient generation in history. You're the most connected, most globally aware, most adaptable generation in history. You've grown up in a world of rapid change. And instead of running from it, you adapted it. You are not afraid to learn something new. You're not afraid to change your mind. So, class of 2025, here's my advice, if I may, for succeeding in the age of so-called anxiety. It's been said today, and it's been said many times before, but it's the same truth. Be adaptable, be curious, and be kind. Double down on the things that make you most human. Your curiosity, your imagination, your ethics, your storytelling, your sense of justice, your ability to love, care, to connect. No, you don't have to have everything figured out today. As a matter of fact, the worst thing you can do is have everything figured out today. You know, until I found out that old factory, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. But here I am. Who knows when or where you will find your old factory. But when that day comes, when you decide what you want to do with your life, I want you to know that you have everything you need right inside of you to walk into that change and face it, and start walking the way. Use these amazing institutions, Idaho education, to lift someone else up, to build something better, to remind the world that humanity, at its best, is still unbeatable. Be a voice, change the world, or just change someone's day. Both matter. And just remember, we are living in the most incredible moment to be alive. So graduates, go rock this shit. God bless you all. Congratulations.
Thank you, Hamdi. We appreciate your inspiring words and valuable wisdom, and boy, what a timely message. Thank you. Appreciate you. I'd now like to welcome Lieutenant Colonel Jason Ackerman, Professor of Military Science, to recognize our graduates who've been commissioned in the United States Armed Forces.
The University of Idaho has a long history of developing the future officer leadership of the United States Armed Forces, the Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, and Space Force. This graduating class is no exception. Please direct your attention to the uniformed graduates on the floor. Later in today's ceremony, each of these graduates will walk with their respective colleges to receive their diplomas. However, prior to that, we would like to recognize them for having completed a rigorous leadership development program in conjunction with their pursuit of a degree. Each of the students were commissioned as officers yesterday and swore an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, to bear true faith and allegiance to the same, to take the obligation freely without any mental reservations or purpose of evasion, and to well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which they have entered. Please join me in recognizing these great Americans for their accomplishments and their sworn commitment to lead and serve our soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen, and guardians.
Thank you for all your service to our country. We're grateful for our ROTC and the amazing work of our students in those programs. It's a privilege and a joy to work with all of you. Please be seated. Well, again, it's also great to work with all of our student leaders, from the Student Bar Association and to the Graduate and Professional Student Association, to all of our many clubs and organizations. We have terrific students who care about our community and give back. I'd like to invite Martha Smith, our outgoing ASUI president, to address her fellow graduating students. Martha?
Good morning, everyone. I've had the tremendous pleasure of attending the University of Idaho for the last 4 years. Like many of you, Moscow feels like the place where I truly grew up. I remember my mom's teary face when my family dropped me off in August of 2021 outside of the library, and the uncertainty that I felt as I stepped onto campus, an experience that many of us likely share. Soon, the leaves changed, and so did my understanding of what the University of Idaho would mean for me and for so many who I've come to love. One consistent thing in my time here has been my adoration for those graduating. Now armed with the knowledge, perspective, and experiences that higher education yields, we all have an opportunity and a responsibility to make an impact. And whether that impact may be on your community, your chosen industry, or your family, your time here at the University of Idaho will aid in those efforts for years to come. As Horace Mann, a 19th century educator, once described, education is the great equalizer of the conditions of men. No matter where you came from or your background before here, no one can ever take away your experiences or your degree from the University of Idaho. That is powerful, and in turn, so are each of us today. Outside of the classroom, we've grown as individuals since our first day on campus, much like we will continue to do after our time here. Yesterday, we worried about exams, our GPA, and post-graduation offers. Tomorrow, we will worry about insurance, retirement, and taxes. These necessary evils of life are, and will continue to be, coupled with experiences that remind us why we are so lucky to be here in the first place. Your first apartment in Moscow, your favorite class taught by a brilliant professor, or a beer, or a couple too many at the corner club, will soon be replaced by your first job, a house that you love, and gatherings with your friends that just don't seem to happen enough. These experiences, with the firm foundation in which you've built into your time here at the University of Idaho, give each of us an opportunity not everyone is granted, but even fewer take full advantage of. Now is an opportunity to make that distinction. Often, we have reminders of how profoundly unpredictable life is. This week, I was reminded of this with the unexpected passing of a long-term mentor of mine, former Idaho Senator Carl Crabtree. He was the definition of a statesman and a true champion for Idaho education. This experience was a reminder of how short life truly is. And looking back on the last 4 years, I'm sure thankful we all decided to spend our time here in Moscow together. After today, a small piece of us will always be left here. That little piece of you may look a little bit closer to the nervous, intimidated, and new student that you were, but as we continue on our journey, it's important to remember them. To remember them is to embrace the unknown and lean into being the newbie. It's to ask great questions and challenge your understanding of the world around you. And finally, it is to lean into the person you are and the person you will continue to become. Moscow will always be here, but so were the people where we were the first day that we stepped onto campus. In the coming years, we have an opportunity to make them proud. Over the last 4 years, it's the people that we will never forget. For me, it's Gamma Phi Beta's PC21 at the heart of it all. Woo-hoo. These people built me up in ways that I had never experienced prior to college, and I'm a different person as I was as a result. Jackie and Soph, thank you for rooming with me all 4 years and being at the core of the person I have become. For the rest of my best friends that I've met in Gamify, I will never forget the memories that we shared together, and I really could not have asked for anything better. Outside of Gamify, one of the most special experiences I had in college was milking my 2 little sisters, Luella and Ruth, to become Vandals with me. Sharing the place I've loved so dearly with some of the most important people in my life has been a once-in-a-lifetime experience. My youngest sister, Maddie, will probably be here in a couple years, but of course, there's no pressure there. I'd also like to thank my mom and dad for being such constant supporters of my experience, my Nana and Papa for cheering me on every step of the way, and the hundreds of incredible people that I've met here during my time that have made it so meaningful and fulfilling. Please know how much I value the friendships and lessons I've had during my time in Moscow with each of you. The most difficult part of writing this speech was attempting to encapsulate the last 4 years with any justice. But the truth is, living through it is the only way to properly do so, because we truly have something special here. 4 years ago, I often scoffed at the idea of these 4 years being the best of my life. I still believe that every phase has a significant purpose, but this one will admittedly be pretty darn hard to beat. There's no place like the University of Idaho. Congratulations to us, and may our education be used as powerful tools to impact the communities, industries, and individuals that we all may choose. Thank you, and go Vandals.
Thank you, Martha. We appreciate your excellent leadership of ASY over this past year, and we now have the honor of recognizing a member of our Vandal family with the President's Medallion. This award is presented to an individual who's made significant contributions to the cultural, economic, scientific, or social advancement of Idaho and its people, as well as provided exceptional service to the state or nation that has influenced the well-being of humankind. I now invite Ludmila Baranek to introduce our President's Medallion recipient, Linda Koppel-Trout.
Linda Koppel-Trout graduated from the University of Idaho in 1973 and went on to complete her Juris Doctor from our College of Law in 1977. She has gone on to a prolific career in law, and in 1992, she was appointed by the Governor Cecil Andrews to the Idaho Supreme Court. She was elected by the Supreme Court to the position of Chief Justice and served 2 consecutive terms. She earned numerous honors throughout her career, including the Idaho State Bar Distinguished Lawyer Award in 2014 and Sheldon R. Vincenti Award for exemplary service to the University of Idaho College of Law in 2011. As a volunteer, Justice Trout has served numerous roles, including chair of the University of Idaho Foundation Board of Directors. We are very grateful for her immense contributions to our community as a scholar, a leader, and a mentor. Justice Trout's career embodies the University of Idaho's values of excellence, integrity, and perseverance. The University of Idaho is proud to award the President's Medallion to Linda Koppel-Trout. I now have the privilege of introducing our honorary degree recipients. The University of Idaho awards honorary degrees to individuals deserving of honor by virtue of scholarly distinction, noteworthy public service, or significant contributions to the state of Idaho, the nation, and the world. May I present Dale Bosphorus for the degree Honorary Doctor of Natural Resources. Dale Bosphorus graduated from the University of Idaho in 1966 and served for the U.S. Forest Service for more than 40 years. He served as the chief of the Forest Service from 2001 to 2007, leading 30,000 employees across 193 million acres of land. He played a central role in passage of the Healthy Forest Restoration Act in 2003 and advocated for increased funding to address invasive species and forest management challenges. Dale has been recognized widely for his achievements and received the U.S. President Distinguished Rank Award in 2003. The University of Idaho is grateful for his professional contributions, along with his advocacy and volunteer efforts in our community.
Dale Bosworth, upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon you the degree Honorary Doctor of Natural Resources, together with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
May I present Tim Arnold for the degree, Honorary Degree of Engineering. Tim Arnold has served in many roles and developed a sterling reputation in the mining industry. He was honored with a distinguished member status for this, by the Society of Mining, Metallurgy, and Exploration in 2012, and the Lawrence Saunders Gold Medal in 2019. Tim led the Society for Mining, Metallurgy, and Exploration in providing world-class technical resources, educational programs, networking opportunities, and professional development tools. Tim has also provided key support in helping the College of Engineering in developing a new geological engineering degree program. The University of Idaho is grateful for his professional contributions, along with his advocacy and volunteer efforts in our community.
Tim Arnold, upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents and the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon you the degree Honorary Doctor of Engineering, together with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations. You can read more about our distinguished honorees in your commencement program. Provost Lawrence will now recognize our graduates who have earned honor cords.
Good morning. Thank you, President Green. The University of Idaho is committed to the pursuit of excellence. We will take a moment to recognize students who are graduating with special honors. Will these students please stand as I call your honor designation and remain standing? Audience, please hold your applause until all of our honorees are standing. Cum laude, with distinction. These students are wearing a bronze honor cord. They are the top 10% of their college class. Will you please stand and remain standing? Magna cum laude, with great distinction, signified by a silver honor cord. They are the top 6% of their college class. Please stand. Summa cum laude, with highest distinction, signified by a gold honor cord. These students are the top 3% of their college class. Next, we invite the members of our honors program to stand and remain standing. At this time, we also recognize members of other honor society organizations, officer education program candidates, veterans, and all others with honor cords. Will you please stand? You have brought distinction to yourselves and to our university through your high achievements as students and as scholars. We honor your hard work and commitment to learning, and we look to you for leadership in upholding high standards for yourself and your peers. Congratulations. Please be seated. The moment we're all here for today, we will now begin the granting of degrees to all candidates who have met the requirements for the associate, baccalaureate, master's, and doctoral degrees. The requirements are set forth by the faculty at the University of Idaho, and they've been completed through formal study. Degrees will be conferred on all candidates present today, as well as upon those who have been duly excused. Will the candidates for the associate and baccalaureate degrees please stand? President Green, These candidates are recommended by their respective faculty to be awarded the associate or bachelor's degree.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the associate or bachelor's degree earned with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. In testimony whereof, you will receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for master's degrees please stand? Each of you has completed rigorous advanced studies in academic disciplines. President Green, these candidates are recommended by their respective faculty to receive the master's degree so earned.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the master's degree earned with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. In testimony whereof, you'll receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for the doctoral degree please stand? Each of you has completed rigorous advanced studies in academic disciplines. President Green, these candidates are recommended by their respective faculty to receive a doctoral degree.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon each of you the doctoral degree earned with all its rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities. In testimony whereof, you'll receive the diploma of the University of Idaho. Congratulations.
Please be seated. The University of Idaho awards posthumous degrees to students who have completed sufficient coursework prior to their untimely death. This is a moment for us to acknowledge the contributions of each student and celebrate their academic accomplishments with their families. This spring, we will award one posthumous degree. President Green, Alex Tabor has been recommended by the faculty of the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences to receive a posthumous bachelor's degree.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Idaho, I hereby confer upon Alex Tabor the posthumous Bachelor of Science degree earned, in testimony whereof his family will receive the diploma of the University of Idaho.
We will now begin the awarding of doctoral degrees. They will be followed by the master's and undergraduate degrees. Students receiving a doctorate are given a doctoral hood. Doctor of Philosophy candidates will be hooded by their major professor. After receiving your degree, we ask that all candidates please stay for the remainder of the ceremony out of respect for your other graduates and their families. Marshals, will you please escort the candidates to the stage? Students graduating with a doctoral degree in the College of Graduate Studies will be greeted by Dean Jerry McMurtry. Carson John Silsby, Chemical Engineering, will be hooded by Major Professor James Gill Moberly. Dissertation title, Bioremediation of Trichloroethylene with Immobilized Microorganisms, Reaction Diffusion Modeling using Defined Transport Properties. Fadi Obaid Arbi, Computer Science, Major Professor Alexander Vakarski, hooded by Bayu Zhang. Dissertation title, Graph Neural Network Architectures for Multi-Omics-Based Cancer Classification with emphasis on interpretability and biomarker discovery. Beck Arebamen Akiwu, Entomology. Major Professor Eric J. Wenninger, being hooded today by Sanford Eigenbrod. Dissertation title, Investigation of the Chemical Ecology, Behavior, and Basic Reproductive Biology of Tetanops myopiformis to develop integrated pest management strategies. Chaitanya Balumuru, Chemical Engineering. Major Professor Vivek Utkikar. Dissertation title, Treatment of Vessel Off-Gas Streams, Pretreatment and Sorption Capture of Radioactive Iodine. Xiaoqing Chen, Electrical Engineering. Major Professor Herbert Hess. Dissertation title, Design and Simulation of Enhancement Mode Vertical Beta GA203 Power MOFSITs for Switch Mode Applications. Jack Woodrow Creegrave, Microbiology, Molecular Biology, and Biochemistry. Major Professor Paul Rowley, being hooded by Dr. Marty Yitterberg. Dissertation title, Using Structure Predictions to Gain Insight into Killer Toxin Mechanisms. Forrest Andrew Dalbeck, Chemistry. Major Professor I. Francis Cheng. Dissertation title, Functionalization of Guitar Particle Electrodes through Diazonium Chemistry, Capitalizing on Guitar's Structure. Michaela Elizabeth Everly, Chemistry. Major Professor Patrick Hudlicka. Dissertation title, Advancing Recognition of Mixed Sequence Double-Stranded DNA with Chimeric Invader Probes featuring RNA analogs. Samuel Thomas Foster, Natural Resources, hooded by Major Professor Matthew Falsey. Dissertation title, Human Stressors Reshape Wildlife Communities in a Changing World. Amar Mohammed Ahmed Hassan El Mabahabi, Electrical Engineering, hooded by Major Professor Herbert Hess, in lieu of Suat Atku. Dissertation title, Readout Integrated Circuit Design for CMOS Image Sensors. Heinrich C. Guschke, Chemical Engineering. Major Professor Vivek Utgigar. Dissertation title,
Investigations into methyl iodide absorption and decomposition on reduced silver mordanite. Alexandra Catherine Gogol, Nutritional Sciences, being hooded by Major Professor Michelle McGuire. Dissertation title, Variation of Human Milk Consumption and Associations of Milk Microbiome and Infant Anthropometry. Pabitra Joshi, Plant Science. Major Professor Janli Chen, hooded today by Dr. Joe Kuhl. Dissertation title, Assessment and Quantitative Trait Loci Mapping for Resistance to Dwarf and Common Bunt Diseases in Winter Wheat. Jared Mitchell Gawami, Bioinformatics and Computational Biology. Major Professor Paul Hohenlohe, hooded today by Dr. Christopher Marks. Dissertation title, Unraveling Gene Regulation, Machine Learning Methods for Inferring Gene Regulatory Networks with Applications to Human Data. Cameron Macias, Natural Resources. Major Professor Lisette Waits. Dissertation title, Population Abundance and Prey Selection of Cougars and Bobcats on the Olympic Peninsula. Imran Hussein Mahdi, Biological Engineering. Hooded today by Major Professor Bingjun Brian Hay. Dissertation title, Technological Development and TEA for a Continuous System of Hydrochar Production from Dairy Manure via HTC. Dinithi Gayanji Mohati, Environmental Science. Hooded today by Major Professor Zhao Wu. Dissertation title, Efficient Cobalt Removal and Recovery from Wastewater using a Liquid Phase Plasma Discharge Process. Karuna Nepal, Entomology. Major Professor Mark Schwartzlander. Dissertation title, Importance of Olfactory and Visual Cues in the Host Plant Selection of a Specialist Insect Herbivore Considered for the Control of an Alien Invasive Plant in North America. Khaled Abubakar Nasser Nigim, Electrical Engineering. Major Professor Yasin Chakakako. Dissertation title, Distributed Robust Power System, State Estimation. Alexandra Noel Audley Pace, Animal Physiology. Hooded today by Major Professor Amy Skybel. Dissertation title, Investigation of Physiological Immune and Metabolic Responses of Dairy Cattle to Natural Wildfire Smoke Exposure and Their Implications on Production. Cassandra Leah Partridge, Nutritional Sciences. Hooded by Major Professor Michelle McGuire. Dissertation title, Effects of Maternal Dietary Intake on Human Milk Components, Maternal Stress, and Infant Behavior. Akarede Latifet Siriki, Biology. Hooded today by Major Professor Christopher Marks. Dissertation title, Genetic and Physiological Basis for Microbial Adaptation and Metabolism. Maina Sotani, Computer Science. hooded today by Major Professor Jim Avis Foss. Dissertation title, What Needs to be True for a Real-Time Operating System to be Secure? David Jeffrey Sneddon, Bioinformatics and Computational Biology. Major Professor Jack Sullivan. Dissertation title, Estimation of Vertical Evolutionary History in the Face of Widespread Horizontal Transmission of Genetic Material. Angela Thapa, Entomology, hooded by Major Professor Mark Schwartzlander. Dissertation title, Studies on the Chemical Ecology of a Specialist Insect Herbivore Considered for the Control of an Alien Invasive Plant in North America. Daniel F. Turk, Biology, hooded today by both Major Professors Dr. Jack Sullivan and David Tank. Dissertation title, Fire, Rain, Snow, and Ice, Conifer Fire Adaptation Evolution and Phylogeographic Patterns in Maritime, Alpine, and Coastal Disjunct Plants. Jessie Barbara Van Buren, Animal Physiology. Major Professor Michael James Colley. Dissertation title, From Oxidation to Flavor, Assessing the Impacts on Meat Quality and Consumer Perceptions. Jiyin Zhang, Computer Science, hooded today by Major Professor Xiaogang Ma. Dissertation title, Knowledge-Infused LLM Application in Data Analytics, using Mindat as an example.
Students graduating with a master's or specialist degree in the College of Graduate Studies will be greeted by Dean Jerry McMurtry and Provost Tori Lawrence. BC Oluwaseyi Aderamola, Accountancy.
Ethan David Luft, Natural Resources, Integrated Natural Resources.
Abibu A. Adenuga, Bioinformatics and Computational Biology.
Shelby McCann, Natural Resources.
Elmoiz Mohammed Ahmed Abdallah, Electrical Engineering.
Kylie McClanahan, Dietetics.
Samiha Sura Ali, Soil and Land Resources.
Kira Catherine McGann, Accountancy.
Chloe Marie Arthod, Natural Resources.
Anna Catherine Grace Medlin, Natural Resources.
T. Spallard, Computer Science.
Fatima Islam Meme, Computer Science.
Ish Basnet, Mechanical Engineering.
Ollie Michelle Minium, Environmental Science.
Taylor May Begin, Dietetics.
Melissa Ann Mitchell, Natural Resource Restoration, Ecology, and Habitat Management.
Edward James Black, Civil Engineering.
Michael Howard Nading Jr., Applied Economics.
Lee Marie Blahato, Environmental Science.
Annalise Nelson, Dietetics.
Leo Thomas Bomboy, Computer Science.
Azadeh Nikokar, Computer Science.
Brandon Michael Boyd, Civil Engineering.
Bradley J. O'Brien, Natural Resource Integrated Natural Resources.
Keenan G. Bryan, Mechanical Engineering.
Havila Christine Nauhar, Statistical Science.
Dawson Burgess, Computer Science.
Sanket Parajuli, Applied Economics.
Julie L. Copley, Natural Resources, Ecology, and Habitat Management.
Kathleen Peterson, Natural Resources.
Sarah Morgan Cordier, Geological Engineering.
Anna Grace Pillicky, Natural Resource Restoration, Ecology, and Habitat Management.
Megan Haley Cox, Natural Resources.
Eric Stephen Plyler, Dietetics.
Pragati Dahal, Applied Economics.
Melissa Renfro, Agricultural Education.
Parastu Ibrahimi, Food Science.
Edwin Eric Rodriguez Ruiz, Computer Science.
Kaylana M. Eldridge, Natural Resources.
Kayla Ann Hurl, Natural Resource, Fish and Wildlife Management, and Bachelor of Science in Animal Veterinary Science.
Nemeka Awurum, Environmental Science.
Amanda Deline Scarberry, Environmental Science.
Kyle Jackson Fiske, Mechanical Engineering.
Daniel William Scoresbury, Animal Science.
Brett J. Flershinger, Statistical Science.
Sumit Sahi, Computer Science.
Samuel James Fulbright, Natural Resources.
Leanne Maria Sharp, Dietetics.
Chadwick Benjamin Goodall, Cybersecurity.
Sophia Grace Charlotte Lily Marie Civola, Cybersecurity.
Megan Dorothy Gray, Dietetics.
Austin Smith, Mathematics.
Sierra Marie Hagerman, Natural Resources and Integrated Natural Resources.
Brandon Colby Smith, Natural Resource, Fire Ecology and Management.
Savian Cordell Henry, Natural Resources.
Jacob Michael Smith, Dietetics.
Lorenz Herman, Environmental Science.
Jacqueline Kristen Snow, Environmental Science.
Amy Hilger, Natural Resources.
Sabiha Janath Tisha, Computer Science.
Jacob Hofer, Statistical Science.
Matthew Scott McGann, Business Administration.
Addison James Hoffman, Civil Engineering.
Sarah N. Evans, Business Administration.
Ryan Scott Kindle, Agricultural Education.
Christine Ann Campbell, Business Administration.
Tariq Ahmed Lame Mohammed, Civil Engineering.
Michael Toll, Business Administration.
Brandon Lucas Linhart, Natural Resources.
Elizabeth Annabelle Soweth, Accountancy.
Alyssa Renee Livingston, Environmental Education and Science Communication.
Micaiah Stafford, Accountancy.
Megan Carr, Environmental Education and Science Communication.
Scott Glenn Utzman, Accountancy.
Chen Yu Liu, Child Development.
Tristan E. Van Komen, Applied Economics.
Margaret Stewart Lord, Fish and Wildlife Management.
Henok Tadel, Computer Science.
Christopher Lorenzi, Natural Resources.
Victoria Nicole Wagner, Geology. Jeffrey Brian White, Natural Resource, Integrated Natural Resources.
Students graduating with an undergraduate degree in the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences will be greeted by Dean Michael Perella. Catherine Elizabeth Hebden, summa cum laude.
Christine Whitehorse, Environmental Science.
William Mitchell McCarthy.
Kaylee Nicole Wilmot, Natural Resources, Restoration Ecology, and Habitat Management.
Juan Luis Jaques.
J. William Woolsey, Natural Resources, Restoration Ecology, and Habitat Management.
Ariana Olmos.
Students graduating with an undergraduate degree in the College of Business and Economics will be greeted by Dean Lisa Viktorovich. Brendan Carter Bailey, summa cum laude.
Raina May Elkin.
George Samuel Forsman.
Tyrell James Barnett.
Kel Edward Larson.
Cassandra Nicole Moody.
Sydney C. Sanford.
Riley Jade Wilson.
Hope Ashland Asgard.
Amy Lynn Betzold.
Allison Alcantara Hernandez.
Cassandra Ann Maury.
Jackson Clay Bailey.
Anna Lee Berry.
Lyndon Levi Beck.
Anna Bean.
Kai Thomas Davis.
Alexis Rose Biasotti.
Madison Riley Belland.
Haley Elizabeth Bowman.
Cameron Michael Bush.
Chelsea Sky Brown.
Mitchell Parker Chevitt.
Allison Nicole Cizek.
Yubish Dabadel.
Lizette Cuevas Campos.
Natalie Christine DeVita.
Paige Michelle Dom.
Jacqueline Joanne Biliveau.
Kayla Michelle Davis.
Nathan Michael Rice.
McKenna Ruth DeWitt.
Cameron Ross Pitkin, cum laude.
Kendall Christine Dowers.
Blake Dylan Shu.
Kirsten Gabrielle Gilbert.
Zachary Evans Hoover.
Kira Kayleen Eddy, cum laude.
Ainsley Angel Evans, cum laude.
Anne Egaluz.
Regan Kimball.
Natalie Margaret Ellis.
Jefferson Hendricks Soleil.
Madeline Philippone.
Reese Weimer.
Anthony Jasso Gonzalez.
Aaron Sirio.
Grace Jacqueline Greenwald.
Carson Roy Cummins.
Samantha Lee Hallgren.
Jared Thomas Foss II.
Mac Parson Hagenbach, cum laude.
Effie Corinne Fox.
Gavin Bradley Kaufman.
Riley Ann Prescott.
John J. Harder.
Hunter Myers.
Caleb Eugene Vernon.
Amaya Gabiola.
Hunter Joseph Woodrow Groom.
Ashley Danielle Hunt.
Weston Michael Jeffries.
Alexa Maria Pattinson.
Nate Betzalel.
Benjamin Patrick Poppert.
John Lee Hardy, cum laude.
Gabriel Joseph Flan.
Amy Sue Hikala.
Blair Ophelia Hess.
Sadie Henning.
Jackson Gustaville.
Caitlin Hunter.
Quinn Brianne Butler.
Peyton Loffer.
Ashley Lynn Solt, magna cum laude.
Anna Grace Glazer, summa cum laude.
Anna Marie Bliss.
Austin Holabine.
Brandon J. Holiday.
Olivia Grace Moffis.
Peter Rodney Hunter.
Morgan Lehman.
James Allen Steiger.
Caitlin Grace Hurl.
Locke Richard Tate.
Lucy Elizabeth Lang.
Trenton James Schullertz.
Robbie Clutch.
Chloe Danielle Gedrose.
Karen Lund.
Darren Wayne Sewell.
Alexis Renee Way.
Urban Hurtado.
Jay Lee.
Tegan Green.
Emily Magallanes.
Caitlin Grace Watt.
Emily Nearcorn.
Mary Christine Howell, cum laude.
Celine Lynn McIntyre.
Samuel Henry Langland.
Spencer Michael Miller.
Aiden Michael Howell.
Bryce Leland McFerrin.
Alyssa Hoff.
Madison G. Miller.
Mika Brower, cum laude.
Tommy Haven Moody St. Clair, summa cum laude.
Connor Douglas Patterson.
Diana Anita Rose Milak.
Tristan Dahl.
Abigail G. Newland.
Riley Renee Catherine Brunson.
Logan McKenna Pomey, summa cum laude.
Aiden Daniel Hansmeyer.
Sage M. Grundman, summa cum laude.
Gwendolyn Ruth Hadzor.
Elijah Lattig.
Elizabeth Madrick.
Nathan Allen Stout.
Ashlyn Shanley.
Ori Reynolds.
Brooklyn Joe Byington.
Colby Allen Rogers.
Alexandria Gustafson.
Kaylissa J. Phillips, cum laude.
Carly Drew Bauer.
Anna Rose Poland.
Abigail Olivia Krug.
Tressa E. Wade.
Jake Vincent Rowe.
Quentin Jeffrey Graham.
Jack Everett Reynolds.
Emily Francis Philibert.
Celine Lydia Sepkin.
Evan Vanderberg.
Thomas Kimmel.
Nicholas Thomas Moody.
Noah Thomas Gertzen.
Samuel Cahill Kerner.
Preston Hammond.
Rock Michael Phillips.
Boram Jung.
Emmy June Paulo.
Emily Joy Sanchez.
Lucas Scott Worthington.
Edgar Hernandez.
Milo James Mertz.
Marco Jimenez Delgado.
Galen E. Perry.
Destiny Day Castellanos.
Macy Ann Lotherback.
Kevin Yahir Garcia Sanchez.
Caitlin Week.
Isaac Angel Hidalgo.
Andrea Nicole Kleffner.
Kesson Xavier Kimball.
Nada Maria Romo.
Delaney Chloe Bell Kinnick.
Shelby Jean Davis.
Shaylin Grace Shaw.
Isabella Marie Hammerly.
Kriya Sakura Peters.
Paige Renee Householder.
David Thomas Loach.
Vivian Kuhner.
Basquiat Wolfgang Nelson.
Alina Janelle Ramkissoon.
Zachary Lauren McKenna.
Ashlyn Wallace.
Luke Daniel Loper.
Julia Lindsay Deverall.
Logan Meyer.
Ava Eccles.
Braden Zachary Jacobs.
Alexa Diane Norwood.
Jarrett Cole Pia.
Catherine Rivera.
Jackson Rex Cherry, magna cum laude.
AC Fry.
Owen Inman, cum laude.
John Benjamin Arkush.
Mason Lee Carone.
Ahamati Mayanashahan.
Hayden Daniel Edwards.
Erica Rodriguez.
Zachary Joseph McClure.
Tylene Marie Reed.
Jenna Elise McClure.
Loretta Davis Rodman.
Shelby Lee Gilman.
Lacey May Sanford.
Madison Brower.
Gracie Lynn Strubar.
Natalie Lorraine Halleck.
Christy Pasco.
Charlie Weber.
Faith Elizabeth Saskin.
Kelly Ann McFarlane.
Cody Taylor Rees.
Amy Elaine Riker.
Cynthia Ann Simons.
Carolyn Ashley Reynolds.
Anna Lynn Schwerd.
Colton James Riplinger.
Mariah Ty Winona Stapleton.
Eric Andrew Taylor.
Hannah Lynn Stolfus.
Zinnia Shrestha, cum laude.
James Michael Torum Aldrich.
Apeksha Shrestha.
Mia Wanstrom.
Connor James Stewart.
Travis Lee Wells.
Jackson Scott Smith.
Galilea Casada.
Peyton M. Shirtcliffe.
Amelia Deja Rieger.
Peter Theodore Barrand.
Jeremiah Edward Wheeler.
Claire Leanne Franz.
Students graduating with an undergraduate degree in the College of Natural Resources will be greeted by Dean Dennis Becker. Riley Robenstein.
Jordan Anthony Velasquez.
Caleb Peter Adolfson.
Francisco Jose Guy.
Lydia K. Anders.
Kendall Grace Moore.
Katie Grace Andrews.
Shelby Joe Wanachek, cum laude.
Moira Peyton Arthod.
Anthony Allen Vincent.
Madison Ray Bardwell.
Marcus Xavier Baranaga.
Nicholas M. Barrett.
Aiden Rowley.
Victoria Scout Bartlett.
Raina Ann Esger.
Drew Thomas Brandt.
Bridget Walden Wilder.
Madison Noel Brock.
Jackson Lewis Beckley.
Lauren Mae Brown.
Hayden Gibbs.
Madeline Rose Burgoyne.
Jake Michael Delgard.
Allison Dawn Burley.
Riley Porter.
Isabella Marie Canifax Brush.
Nicholas Kalen Smith.
Jarrett Alden Carney.
Caden Jace Hewitt.
Isabella Chavez.
Dane Trevor Lindsley.
Tyler Dakota Christensen.
Julia Ann LeBeff.
Cade Allen Cruikshanks, cum laude.
Avery Krilleris Trent.
Anna Catherine Cohen.
Olivia Grace Depew.
Theo Benjamin Dykus.
Brady Lee Garvin.
Gabriel R. Donahue.
Elizabeth Catherine Katovich.
Shannon Sky Edvelson.
Lila Dawn Dubois.
Gabriella Marcella Eldridge.
Grayson Elise Cottier.
Eli Kurt Epling.
Abby Christine Nava cum laude.
Allison Jolyn Engel.
Jacob Samuel Ferris.
Brent Allen Gassard.
Hunter Chapin.
Sydney L. Hammond.
Timothy August DeWolf.
Cameron Denzel Heaton.
Augustine Michael Elwell.
Olivia Marie Howell.
Trevor James Jones.
Zoe Isabella Harvey.
Sydney Marie Ivy.
John Patrick Hines III.
Campbell Jordan Everett.
Evan James Hudson.
Sam Austin Spence.
Shelley McLaren Jackson.
Ethan Wolfenbarger.
Zachary Jordan Johnson.
Tristan Michael Yor.
Aiden Moon Kelly.
John Cahill.
Riley Brooke Kesey.
Isaiah Savala Pack.
Maria Talitha Kinney.
Dawson Scott Marbury.
Gabriel Thomas Klein.
Joseph Dialipio Escusquiza.
Annalise Danielle Kuman, summa cum laude.
Parker E. Seahauer.
Evan Gray Labrie.
Desert Gerlach.
Asa Raphael Lackey.
Students graduating with an undergraduate degree in the College of Engineering will be greeted by Dean Susanna Long. Lydia Beardsley.
Daniel Hopla.
Brock Anderson.
Samantha Laramie.
Rory Arnoe Wheat.
Ethan Ledinger.
Cole Bailey.
Timothy James Loftus.
Logan McCallie.
Emma Noel Macon, cum laude.
Emery Elizabeth Baker.
Svenja Alexandria Markley, summa cum laude.
Gavin Baker.
Ethan Markland.
Sterling Peyton Minor Beasley.
Ramsey Mason Marquise.
Koji Becker.
Miles Hayden Hatch.
Preston Bielenberg.
Noah Andrew Blackman.
Kate Baus.
Matthew Joseph Rausch.
Ethan James Collingwood.
Liberty Nicole McCarley.
Anthony John Black.
Daisy Ray Medina.
Philip Betcher.
Lily Marie Meyer.
Andrew Bonilla.
Noah Gregory Miller, cum laude.
Nicholas James Caracciolo.
Lucas Berriachoa Miller.
Andrew William Carefoot.
Colton Musgrave.
Andrea Cernuda Herais.
Ripley Ann Orr.
Cade Travis Christensen, magna cum laude.
Aiden Lee Otto.
Calvin Joseph Connolly.
Riley James Parr.
Matthias Grant Cornwall.
Liam James Ryan.
Aliana Diane DeGuro.
John Rivers Nicholson.
Skylar James Daw.
Silas Evan Turner.
Mason Christopher DeCola.
Autumn May Rain.
David DeMaine.
Patrick Stephen Ranson.
Connor Glenn Denson.
Christopher D. Rao.
Pascal Duell.
Madeline Rose Russo, summa cum laude.
Sebastian Diaz Murillo.
Carly Caitlin Shocker.
Isabel Ann Dingle, summa cum laude.
Nicole Ashley Schmelzley.
John Baptist Storr.
Ripley Elu Schultz, summa cum laude.
Logan Ellis.
Corbin James Scott.
Zayden Espy.
Dana Therese Scott.
Sebastian Fedene.
William Jeffrey Sagerman.
Trenton Flansburgh.
Emily Renee Schellebager.
Ryder Fleming.
Angela Marie Stegeman.
Benjamin Jesus Salcido.
James Robert Stone, cum laude.
Jacob Ross Flick, summa cum laude.
Emily Rose Taylor.
Cruz Flores.
Kathleen Helen Teets.
Taylor Renee Fulta.
Jonathan Lee Wetzel.
McKinley Iris Folk.
Nathaniel Perry Wiggin.
Jordan Andrew Gallegos.
Emma Walker.
Tate Garrett.
Michaela Wilson.
William Franklin Gigray.
Caleb Michael Wilson.
Paul Jacob Gillespie.
Sienna Whitler.
Brock Golightly.
Andrew James Zellers.
Samuel Max Grant.
Students graduating with an undergraduate degree in the College of Science will be greeted by Associate Dean Grant Harley. Connor Timothy O'Neill.
Amber Lynn Graves.
Matt Albee.
Ayushi Gupta.
Mikesha Renee Bartos.
Shufam Gupta.
Lily Joelle Brunn.
Slade Stevens.
Dana Yesenia Boutron.
William Everett Huntsman.
Natalie Steffian Carrion.
Christian Tyler Halter.
Adrian Vega Chavez.
Joseph Sickanese.
Taylor Grace Bricky, cum laude.
Henry Russell Newman.
Peyton Lee Brackenberry.
Owen Wooster.
Riley Kate Black.
James Hagman.
Maisie Nicole Chapin.
Hunter Hallbrook, summa cum laude.
Caitlin Elizabeth O'Keefe.
Nathan Hampton.
Dylan Hunter Clark.
Jason Hankin.
Ashley K. Brown.
Lane Hunter Hansen.
Hannah Bell Brown.
Gavin Scott Haynes.
Ashley R. Hopkins.
Isaac Harrison.
Sarah A. Koss.
Colin Matthew Hogseth. Summa cum laude.
Ryan Michael Costa.
Evan Henkel. Cum laude.
Sterling Page Coy.
Ashton Herrick.
Angel Lee Dominguez.
Ryland Hoyt, summa cum laude.
Cassidy Magdalena Elliker.
Isabel Huggins, magna cum laude.
Kate Olivia Elson.
Kaylee Hodges.
Haley Jasmine Gaiba.
Sarah Ellen Pekka.
Alora R. Grossman.
Marin Ann Mackey.
Parker Hansen.
Lyden Brooke Huber.
Haley Priscilla Harvala.
Lacey Rebecca Hunt.
Annika Marie Hagelson Donaldson.
Carlos Allen Hawkes.
Pierce Allen Higgins.
Curtis Brad Johnson.
Camden Racich Hill.
Corbin Noah James.
Tess Myron Johansson.
Jishnu Vartan Karpuram.
Emma Johnson.
Ian James King.
Colin James Jones.
Matthew John Kurtz.
Rihanna Cherie Kendra.
Alan Ong Jaw.
Owen Adams Knight.
Isaac Lorne Looney.
Siddhant Campbell.
Joshi Liu.
Mason Thomas Kilker.
Maverick Matthew March.
Kurt Leitner.
Benjamin Michael Miller.
Jeffrey Michael Lukey.
Ethan Marcos Miller.
Tessa Jean Mayburn.
Laura Jean Miller Molar.
Emily Grace Medema.
Kyron Messenbrank.
Julius Gregory Mims.
Jasmine Monchoya.
Audrey Kathleen Morris.
Ikana Samuel Mba.
Joel Robert Beasley.
Joshua Charles Mukena.
Natasha Yemurai Muparusa.
Aiden Anthony McCarthy.
Tyler Johan Nelson.
Jake Luis Miller.
Sydney Pauline Oakley.
Matthew Todd Montrose.
Henry Daniel Pauls.
Gibson Alexander Mosley.
Paige Joanne Palzinski.
Benjamin Murray.
Elena Rose Parker.
Maxfield Elliott Nadler.
Katya Patis, magna cum laude.
Nathan Dylan Nelson.
Alexi Ann Peterson.
Olivia Ryan Nielsen.
Kanyaput Pernayapum.
Sashwat Nirala.
Claire Abigail Qualls.
Ryan Silas Nearing.
Ethan Graham Reich.
Megan Ann Nuff.
Arawa Righteous.
Julianne Sophia Packing.
Caitlin Jean Rode.
Shreya Prutan.
Kate Ellie Rooks.
Alex Williams Peterson.
Anna Ronane.
Joshua Planting.
Nathan Rice Rubio, magna cum laude.
Wesley Thomas Reback.
Grace Christine Salim.
Hilton Reber.
Reagan Marie Santos.
Trenton Redman.
Himanshi Sanjay Singh.
Spencer Reed.
Quinn M. Smith.
Mauricio Enrique Rodriguez Venagas.
Katrin Grace Souza.
Colton Royals.
Thomas Jameson Stock.
Adrian Hensey Sanford.
Dawson Loyal Stokes.
Alexander Couch Sanford.
William Tyndall James Stutzman.
Andrew Schaefer.
Lydia Evelyn Tapp.
Joseph Schlegel.
Paige Ellen Teakip.
Evan James Schweifler.
Reem Tedros Teckley.
James Landon Setters.
Catherine Margaret Tyson.
Caitlin Marie Shadley, magna cum laude.
Wyatt James Tyndall.
Aiden Lyle Shepard.
Ashtha Tiwari.
Jaden David Sherman.
Brooke Ava Turville.
Callie Marie Shipman.
Wyatt Allen Vanderveer.
Suhail Singh.
Avnit Virk, cum laude.
Rebecca Jolene Smith.
Ella Ruth Vosberg.
Lauren Paul Smith.
Hannah Griffin.
Joe Ryan Sperano.
Megan Megumi Ward.
Jonathan Stark.
Nathan Richard Weeks.
Cade Alexander Stenzel.
Elizabeth Jean Wilcoxon.
Jenny Tafoya.
Brendan Thomas Wood.
Joshua Tooley.
Mabasil Yusufzai Harun Khan.
David Joseph Trail. Andrew S. Vankerbach. Victor Oropesa Vargas. Angelica Vasquez Martinez. Brandon William Uter. Alexander Jordan Vanbruck. Zhang Yang Wang. Jonathan James Watkins. Sullivan Dwayne Wybert. Dylan Bryce West. Claire Elaine Westby. Gavin Leo Wickens. Connor Derek Winch. Kevin Robert Wing. Matt Walden Duff. Nicholas Scott Woodman. Oakley May Wolstenhume. Si-Wen Zhu. Natalie June Zender. Kanai Zhu. Last but not least, Hayden Timothy Zumwalt.
May I have all the graduates please stand? You are now graduates, so it's time to move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations. You may be seated. I would like to invite John Gaffney, President of the U of I Alumni Association Class of 2008, to address our graduates. John?
Well, hello, Vandals. Like many of you, I grew up hearing stories about the University of Idaho from my family and friends, stories about favorite classes, living groups, and most of all, how special this place is. And then I came here, and like all of you, I got to make my own stories. And I'm not going to tell them because, And then 17 years ago, I walked across this stage and joined the ranks of Idaho alumni and started telling the stories that I'd made here. Founded in 1898, the University of Idaho Alumni Association is nearly as old as the institution, with more than 117,000 elite and loyal alumni. Would all of the University of Idaho alumni in the audience and on the platform please stand? Our alumni are living, working, and making a difference in Idaho, nationally, and around the globe. Graduates, you too are now a part of the University of Idaho alumni family. And on behalf of the Alumni Association, welcome. I hope you go out and tell the stories that you've made here about how special this place is. And congratulations. Alumni, you may be seated, but I'd also like to take a moment to recognize one of our newest University of Idaho Alumni Hall of Fame inductees, part of our platform party today, Dr. Keith Peterman, who was inducted into our Alumni Hall of Fame this week. Please join me in congratulating him. Graduates, once again, congratulations, and go Vandals.
Thank you, John. As we near the end of our commencement ceremony, I'd like to take a few moments to show our appreciation to some of the many individuals who made today possible. First, the University Wind Ensemble, led by Assistant Professor and Director of Bands, Mark Thiel. Thank you to my favorite, the Border Highlanders, for accompanying our processional. Special thanks go to our commencement readers, Stephanie Ramirez, Eric Stewin, Lee Verling, and Eric Wilbrecht. The presentation of colors was made by a joint color guard comprised of cadets from the University of Idaho's ROTC units. And also, thank you to the floor and college marshals for the leadership of Rula Awad Rafferty, lead marshal for our ceremony today. Go ahead, yeah, let's give them one. Many others worked for several months to make this event special, so my gratitude to the faculty and staff who had a part in planning this ceremony. Let's give everybody, all, another round of applause. Finally, I wish to acknowledge our faculty. Will our faculty please stand? You provide knowledge and mentorship to our students. You teach them. You advise them. You support our students and give them the tools they need to be successful in the workforce. You are central to our land-grant mission of teaching, discovery, and service. We commend you for your dedication to our students and to the University of Idaho. Thank you. You may be seated. Graduates, after the ceremony, please join your family and friends outside to the west of the dome behind me for photos. Please wait until the stage party has exited the seating area before you begin to recess. And finally, please join us in a special University of Idaho tradition, the singing of the alma mater. The words are located on page 68 in your program. Thank you. Please stand.
And here we have Idaho, winning her way to fame. Silver and gold in the sunlight blaze, and romance is in her name. We'll go singing of you, ah, proudly too, all our lives through. We'll go singing of you, alma mater, our Idaho. We'll go singing of you, ah, proudly too, all our lives through. We'll go singing of you, alma mater, our Idaho.
This concludes the 130th commencement of the University of Idaho. Parents and families, please meet your students on the west side of the dome for pictures. Thank you for attending, and go Vandals!
Thank you.